Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to you wherever you are watching around the world. You're joining Speed Force Racing, and it is GP1 for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it looks like we're in for a bit of a treat on this one, as it is raining cats and dogs. I'm EnergyDan, I'll be your host and commentator for this evening. Unfortunately, Oliver could not make it. It was your usual host, so I'll try not to disappoint you guys and bring you some decent action. Let's get all my tables set up here. Should be good to go. Who's leaving the pits? Looks like we've got Red Bull leaving. There we go. Let's welcome FRL Charlie to GP1. He's making his debut today in the Ferrari. And it is full wet conditions, standing water absolutely everywhere, which will not be very good around China. It's pretty hard on traction anyway, so it's going to be very difficult for these guys. Obviously, for all our veteran watchers of SFR, you'll realise obviously that GP1 have done a slightly different calendar this season. I don't think GP1, GP2, 3, 4 and 5 are doing China till the very end of the season. I do not envy these guys going around here in these conditions, and we've already got yellow flags in Sector 1. So I've not heard if it's a dry race or if it's going to be a wet race. I do actually hope it's going to be a wet race, because that would be really good. Okay, no, it's a dry race, I've just been informed. As we just see FRL Charlie about to cross the line to start his flying lap, so let's keep an eye on Charlie and see what he can do on his first lap. No apparent lockups there from Charlie, so looking nice and smooth. I do apologise, he's not even going to cross the line yet. How silly of me. Now we started lot. See how he navigates the Chinese corkscrew. Seems to be navigating alright. I hate this corner, very bad for rear wheel traction. Seems to get linked up very nicely there. Fair play to Charlie. Yeah, he's looking really tidy coming through all these corners. I can't see any lockups or missed apexes. Ooh, a little bit on the curb there, might destabilise him a little bit. And we'll just set the fastest Sector 2 time there. He's closely followed by his teammate as well of SFR Martin, well, his teammate for today anyway. Long run down to that hairpin section. Now let's just see if he can get this car stopped or slowed down in time to take this hairpin. Oh, cuts a lot there, but doesn't invalidate. It's a great line through there. Oh, that's the first time we've seen him break traction there, coming out the second to last corner. And he goes with a 1:47.522. Mine comes across the line, what can he do? Oh, that must be his outlap, I do apologise. So Jensen then goes quicker, 1:45.749. Timo coming across the line, what can he do? 1:47.469 for Timo, fair play. So just on board with It's Mr. Oh, it's Mr. G. Oh, Laser, 1:45.784. Fair play. Gets the car stopped very nicely there. Another driver in front, but it's the McLaren of Mansell, I believe, is it? No, but it's Mr. G comes across the line, and it's a 2:13.50, so very slow lap. Must be warming up the tyres there. Mansell's at the hairpin. What can he do? Oh, bit of wheel spin. I think a few drivers struggling coming out that hairpin. Evening Shadow, thanks for joining us. What can Mansell do? Oh, third place, 146.461. So just on board with Martin. Again, let's see what he does when he tackles this hairpin. Beautiful there from Martin. Oh no, again, another driver that's losing traction on the rear coming out of that penultimate corner. Comes across the line. A 148.836 from Martin. And we've got SFR Lost Souls. It looks like they're on a slow lap there. Let's just check what he's on. Yeah, he's not deploying at all, so it must be on a warm-up lap. Back on board with it, it's Mr. G. I mean, a lot of these drivers will be doing 2 laps on these full wet tyres, or extreme weather tyres as they like to call them. He is going for it. He is. It's going to be it's going to be quicker than his last lap, but it's going to be a slow lap compared to other times. Yeah, and still doesn't improve. So there's a few drivers now going on to the intermediates. We've got FRL Charlie and FR Jensen, who's decided to take a gamble and go onto these intermediate tyres. So let's check out Jensen. See, he's in the pit at the minute. So yeah, the first person out on the intermediates is FRL Charlie. So let's just jump on board with him. Let's have a look how these are interacting with the surface. Looks like a lot of standing water has gone. There's still a few puddles about. Oh, and we just see one of the McLarens going off, and it's Mansell. So far, Jensen in the lead, in the pole position, 145.749. Nipping at his heels is Laser, 145.784. And then a little bit further back is Mansell with a 146.461. So Jensen and Laser are your drivers to beat at the moment. Just looking at Charlie, it does look like he's getting a little bit better on the rear wheel traction there. Let's see if we can get a broadcast view and see what it's like coming out of this hairpin. That's where everyone's been struggling. Right, here we go for FRL Charlie, first person out on the intermediates to start his hot lap. Let's see what he can do. And we've got Yellows in sector 2, might be just a slow going driver to let someone through. So it's the fastest sector time in sector 1, sorry. So yeah, looks like these intermediates may be the way to go. Let's hope this rain stays off, or they might need those full wets. Oh, just get a little bit of... Yep, that's ruined his lap there. Got a little bit of a wheel spin on the rears. We've still got Nelly Shirai to set a lap. He's come straight out on the intermediates. He's not set a full wet lap time yet. Oh, and again wide. Doesn't invalidate though. Very lucky. I'm not sure if he's up or down on his time. We'll soon find out. I have 2 more corners to go. And there's 7 minutes left of this qualifying session for GP1 of the Chinese Grand Prix. Last corner, can he keep it on the track? Yes, he can. He comes across the line. It does improve, but only it's good enough for 8th. So let's go up to Jensen. He's 1.6 seconds quicker on those intermediates so far. I imagine that's going to be around 2 seconds when he crosses the line. Wow, 2.5 seconds quicker. 1:43.221. Oh, we've got a lock up from Mike, and he span just before he gets onto the fast straight. So, who have we got on actual? Martin's still got on those full wets. Yeah, it's ruined Mike's lap. Let's try Nazareth then. He's just starting his lap, I believe. Oh, he's in sector 1. Yep, so he's just navigating the Chinese corkscrew. Let's see what he's like when he gets to the end of sector 1. Yeah, he's nearly a second up on his time, and he's currently sat in P6. He set the fastest sector 1 time. Now, we have been told it's a dry race, so a lot of these drivers will be using a dry setup in these wet conditions. Of course, Speedforce Racing operate under parc fermé conditions, so whatever they use in qualifying they must use for the race. Obviously front wing they can change, and the on throttle differential. That's the purple sector 2 as well for It's Nazareth. He's just about to come into the long straight leading down to that troublesome hairpin we've seen. Can he keep it on track? Yes, he can. He's using that curb just to force the car back onto the tarmac. Of course, passing the DRS line, but no DRS in these conditions. 4 minutes left. And I don't think that's enough time for this track to dry out and see slicks 3.3 maybe, or even quicker. Oh, what is it? 43.3 it was, and he goes second fastest. 1:43.358 it was. So Laser is beating his time at the minute by 2 seconds as it stands. So again, if he gets everything hooked up on these last 2 corners, the hairpin and that dog leg left onto the home finish straight, then we could very well see Laser jump up onto pole. Now, Jensen's still in the pit. He's going to be watching these guys' times. He's going to be watching the weather. He's going to wait for this track to be as dry as possible and go out lastminute.com. Now, I'd be tempted if I was Laser to come back in and do the same, because I don't think Laser will have enough time to yeah, he is, he's diving in. I think he suspects that Jensen is doing the exact same thing and is waiting out for slightly dry conditions. I don't think it'll go full dry, but it will be better if it's slightly drier than this. So watch this space as Jensen comes out. I think a few other drivers are doing the same. They're coming back in. No one's even thinking about slicks yet. EVG Timo, just watching him come down to the hairpin. Oh, lock up on the curb there. And then just as he started turning right, that locked up the front right. Oh, he Timo, that was a 1:42.9, so we are going to see this time smashed, because that wasn't a very tidy lap, especially in Sector 3. So I do feel that we are coming down in those times. So I think a lot of drivers have cottoned on to the fact that this circuit is not drying, but it's not getting any wetter, or at least some of the surface water has now run off. So yeah, these guys have quick to learn. So Nazareth is just coming back to the pits. I don't think he's going to go again. No, he's not. Lost Souls is 0.08 of a second up on his time in Sector 2. Needs to be damn sight quicker than that if he wants to get pole. Not that I could get anywhere near these times, of course. So we'll see what happens when he comes into Sector 2. About to cross the line for Sector 2 now. And he's up by a 10, so he's improving, but it's not going to be good enough for pole. I've got the McLaren of Mansell or Sonic about to start their lap as well. So Martin's now decided to go on to the intermediates. So let's just see what Lost Souls can do on the hairpin. No lockups that we can see at the minute. Hesitation on the throttle there as the rears start to break traction. Keeps it on the black stuff, gets the traction, gets the power down, and he comes across. He doesn't improve. He does improve, but not position. So I believe he's going to go and continue on this. He has got another minute to go, so he is allowed to set another lap. Let's go to Jensen. He's up by a 10th, and he needs to be up by 3. Oh, Nazareth went faster then, 1:42.637. So there's 2 people now in front of Jensen, obviously our GP1 champion. Actually. So is Jensen going to get any closer to the front with this lap he's setting now? Oh, a little bit happy on the rear there. Because Jensen is our champion of this season, so this is going for glory now. Oh, he does 42.594. Absolute stellar lap from Jensen. So he's jumping on board with Laser here. About to come to the end of Sector 2, just the end of this small straight. We'll see his time whether he's going to be up or down. And he is, he's 2 seconds up. Wow, so this could be a very fast lap if he carries on with this form. Laser is in a battle at the minute with... Oh no, he's not actually. It's Madtrav and Marijman and Mike going in for P3. Mansell, sorry. All fighting for P3 now. This is looking like a mighty fast time though. If he can get this hairpin spot on, which I think by the looks like he has done. Oh, a little bit of a wheel spin. Take a good chunk of this curb, yeah. This is looking fast. Oh, he does it. Laser gets it. A 1:42.474. Jensen is going quicker. It's not enough though. He needs to be 1.2, is that, or 1.02 quicker, or 0.102 quicker. Nazareth is retired. Jensen, this is going to be super tight. He's going to take a lot of curve. We're going to get a cheeky little toe, I think. Just might scrape it. He scraped it just by a 10th. 1:42.363 for Jensen. Absolutely superb, fair play. What an absolute flying lap from Jensen. Mike is out of fuel, I believe. No, he's not out of fuel. Okay. Well, is everyone finished? So yeah, we are all finished for qualifying. This officer just experienced this known glitch where it has to count down and sometimes stays on 0-1 seconds for a while. So while we're waiting, we'll give an official rundown of the queue times and pole for this session. So IFR Jensen, the 142.363 in pole place, then Laser in P2. Oh, there we go, it's finished. We'll run through these in just a second, guys, once we get to the menu again. So as I was saying, guys, Jensen pole position 142.363, just nipping his heels is Laser in P2 with 142.474. Then we've got it's Nazareth in 3, we've got EVG Timo in 4th, we've got SFR Mansell in 5th, we've got SFR Lost Souls in 6th. QVR Game Boys in 7th, we've got SFR Sonic Hawk in 8th, great from our faithful leader there. We've got 9th is Nelly Shirai, and we've got SFR Martin in 10th, Alexa Trek in 11th, FRL Charlie in 12th, SFR Calvin Racing in 13th, sorry Calvin, forgot to mention you in the qualifying, and we've got Mike R17 in 14th. Just give us your predictions who you think is going to take this. It's a dry Chinese race, so yeah, give us your predictions who you think is going to win, who's going to be on the podium. You know, it's been that long since I've raced around China, I don't even know what the strategy is here. Is it soft to hard? I think I remember that, soft to hard maybe. So if you watch on the stream, give us your take on what your strategy around China would be. So Matt G is saying Jensen, Laser and Timo. Fair play. So let's get the tie graphic. Let's have a look what people have chose for their strategies. Okay, so yeah, the majority on mediums. Nazareth starting on the hards up front. That is that's a good one. So we've got the P1, P2, P3 all demonstrating what tyres you have available for this race. Soft, medium and hard, P1 to P3. Fair play, thanks for that, guys. Yeah, then all the way from 4th down to Sonic Hawk in P8 is medium tyres. We've got Nelly on the hard tyre as well. We've got Martin, Terek and Charlie on the mediums. Calvin starting on the hards in 13th. Mike deciding to go for some Mr. Feelgoods on the soft tyre in 14th. And it's Meister G on the hards also. So yeah, 4 drivers deciding to start on the hards. Very interesting. I wonder if that's just so they can push them a little bit harder at the start and not have to worry about overheating through that corkscrew section or through the twisty section that they're just about to come up to now. Excuse me. So yeah, I'd imagine anyone on softs. I think Jensen and Mike may suffer on those softs on heavy fuel. Don't know, maybe they've got the skill to outpace the dwindling softs. So yeah, just going down the back straight of this hazy Chinese Grand Prix circuit. And of course this is the last race for SFR this week until we move on to the beautiful rising sun circuit of Suzuka in Japan. Kicking off on Monday night with the GP4 and GP5 race. GP5 at 7:30 PM and the GP4 race at 8:30 PM. So make sure you tune in for both of those. Or of course you can watch them back on our YouTube channel whenever you like. So the cars and I lined up, we're just waiting for the man with the green flag. What we used to like to say in real life, we do see the man with the green flag, but there you go. The grid is warming up. We're looking for those red lights. We've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And they're off straight away. And it looks like Timo got a great start. Has jumped Laser. Jensen straight away into... Oh, and there's contact. The two teammates of the Alfa Romeo, Nazarus and Timo, come together. That's very unfortunate for them two. So would that be a virtual? No, it's not. It's gone green flag condition straight away. Jensen straight away getting into the lead. I don't think we had any other incidents there. I think it was just the two Alfa Romeos that contacted. So Timo right down to last place now. I was just seeing the Mercedes and the McLaren getting side by side there. So we've had a few position changes there. Calvin Racing up 5 positions. He must have got off the line beautifully there. So Jensen now having a 1.4 second lead, and then another 0.5 seconds back to Laser. Just everyone forming a nice train now as we just see SFR Calvin Racing getting past Game Boys. Has he made the move stick? I believe he has. Yep. So those hard tyres making it work for him. The switching places again for Calvin and Game Boys. Calvin on the outside. Yep. Obviously those hard tyres do have a faster straight line speed, but again this could be due with setup. But Calvin looks like he's going for it on Nelly. I was just seeing Mike there get through Game Boys. So Game Boys is really struggling. I wonder if he's running too high downforce. Or has he got damage? Can't see damage. And we have got Tarek at the back, who is looks like he's span out. I don't think he's got any damage though. He's got going again. We have no damage. 3.2 second lead for IFR Jensen now. Chronic pace there. Mansell on the back of its Nazarus, gearing up for an overtake. He's probably gonna have a go down the back straight. He's got this little twisty section to do. Long looping corner, hard on the front left tyres this corner. As Nazarus get a little bit out of shape there, that's going to help Mansell out. He's got the inside line for the hairpin. Oh, beautiful from Mansell there, absolutely beautiful. But then Nazar's getting, he's getting pressure from Lost Souls now, Laser's teammate. Laser out in front, then it's Mansell and Nazarus. So a bit of a Mercedes sandwich here. Like Calvin on Nelly. I'm really surprised these hard tyres for Nelly and Calvin are holding up. But yeah, they're doing well. Tarek must have had damage there because he's actually come in. Mansell has got past Nazarus. Oh, Laser spins! No! That's exactly what Mansell wanted to see, because Mansell has actually got a chance to get P3 in this championship. Laser dropping all the way back down to 8th as it stands. Could drop another position if those tyres have overheated, coming through this twisty section that we're seeing Mansell navigate. Let's just see what Laser's like going through this section. Yeah, he's going a little bit careful there. I think those tyres have got a little bit cooked on that spin. Oh, lovely. So Tarek's quit. Got a pit lane retirement from Tarek. So we've got Calvin going. Oh, Laser has got. Oh, Calvin and Laser going for it. So Laser's now split the Alpine drivers. Yeah, just Gareth saying thinks it's a medium, soft medium. I don't think it is round here, especially not for GP1 boys. Look at the discs on that Alpine, absolutely glowing. I've seen a definitive divide here between this train that's forming behind Mike, is it? That's at the front of this train? No, it's Nelly. So yeah, Nelly at the front of this train. He's going to be vulnerable now because he's got absolutely everyone trying to chase him down. We see Laser. He will have DRS here. Oh, nearly got dive bombed by Timo there, but Timo thought better of it, or at least got the brakes jammed on in time. So Nelly now with DRS on the back of Laser. So just looking at the gap at the front between Jensen and Mansell, and it's now up to 7 seconds. Wow. That's just on another level for Jensen. So we're actually looking quite tight together now, pretty much all the way from, yeah, you could even include Mansell and Lost Souls, all the way back to Martin, apart from a little bit of a gap between Nazareth and Laser, but you know, relatively speaking, the grid is bunched up apart from a little bit of a gap between Laser and Nelly, so yeah, fair play. Oh, sorry, it's not, it's Laser and Nazareth. Game Boys on the back. Oh, we've got a bit of a three-way battle here. Oh. Yeah, these guys are fighting really hard. We've got Sonic and it's Mr. G at the back having a bit of their own little battle and fight at the back there. Lap 6 of 28. Now imagine anyone on softs, I'd probably see them coming in around lap 8 maybe. Jensen's definitely settled at around 7.4 seconds. He's not really taking much more time out of these guys behind. It's actually come down a little bit now for Mansell. Let's ride on board with Jensen. Just let's see how he's coping on these softs. No, he's still got the traction by the looks of it. Let's see what he's like going through the hairpin. That'll give us an indication of how he's feeling on them. Yeah, I mean, no issues. Is he even pushing though? Is he even pushing? Charlie and Game Boy switching position there. So Nelly, Calvin. Oh, Nelly just get a bit out of shape there. But they just saw through the wing of Calvin. Oh, Charlie going up the inside, but he'll have the outside line. There'll be the quicker outside line going through turn 3. Less steering angle. Oh, Calvin and Charlie make contact there. Calvin, of course, on the horse hard tyres, a little bit slidier. So only one retiree so far from this Chinese Grand Prix for GP1, and that is of course Alexia Terek. Everyone else seems to be doing alright, no damage. There's no major traction loss that we're seeing across the field. As Calvin gets past Nelly, oh no, Calvin goes wide. DRS for Calvin. Yeah, moves over to take the inside line. And then Nelly dives back on the inside. Now again, Nelly's going to have the usually faster outside line, but didn't need it because he closed the door. Managed to get there, full car ahead. As Calvin Racing gets a little bit unsteady on the rear there, he might lose out another position to the Ferrari here. He has. Charlie's through. So Mansell taking out just under a second out of Jensen there, and it's on lap 8, now down to 6.7 seconds. So are these softs starting to go finally? I was just seeing Charlie getting past Nelly. Everyone apart from the Williams driver of Nelly having DRS then. That's brought his teammate, the Alpine and the Ferrari. Oh, we have got Nazareth that span on those hard tyres. So we've now got Mike on the back of Laser. We've got yellow flag at the corkscrew. It's for Game Boys by the looks of it, I think. No, it's Mr. G, is it? No, I think it's... I can't work out how it is. So Mike R17 not looking too shapely on these soft tyres now. Even a couple of rev changes there as he put the power down, indicating a loss of traction on the rear wheels. So pretty much 1/3 distance of this race completed. Trying to bottom Martin, chasing down Nelly Shirai. Will he take the inside line? Nope, thinks better of it. Medium tyre versus the hard tyre. Ah, Jensen's in the pit. Jensen has finally come into the pit. That's Mansell now up into the lead with Lost Souls 1.4. Obviously with the lead that Jensen had, he's obviously at some point going to retake that lead when these guys come in for a set of feel goods. So obviously looking there, we've got Jensen. Oh, Charlie's dropping back. Charlie spun. Charlie has spun. He's in the gravel. Doesn't look like he's got damage. That's going to drop him all the way back to the back of the field. So here we've got Jensen, Mike and Nazarus all on fresh tyres. So we've got Calvin on the back of Nelly. Is he going to finally get this move done? He's going to be brave on the brakes. Is he close enough? Not quite, but he's close enough to maybe do it on the next straight. No, a bit of a poor exit from Calvin then. Not quite close enough to get into the Chinese corkscrew. Yeah, just to put this in perspective, Jensen's only 14 seconds behind the leader. I think it's a 21 second pit stop round here, or is it 22 second? So yeah, definitely going to be retaking the lead at some point. Oh, Calvin got a 3-second time penalty. So let's just check in with Lost Souls and find out how he's catching up with Mansell. Still at 1.4 seconds at the minute. So Martin's in the pit. I think he's decided those mediums are gone. Probably going to go to the hards now for a one stop. Yeah, he does. Hard tyres for Martin. 16 laps left of a 28 lap race. So Laser, despite having that spin, has actually caught up to his teammate now and is less than a second behind Lost Souls. See, I wonder at what point do these mediums become slower than fresh hards? That is the key to this. Oh, and we've got a Ferrari off. I think that's probably Martin on those fresh hards. No, it's Charlie on mediums. Wow. Okay. So yeah, Laser rapidly catching up on the Lost Souls now. DRS will be open. Yep. Don't think he'll be close enough this time, but he is really, really catching now. So if I was Mansell, I'd be thinking about jumping in the pits for getting a fresh set of feel goods, because these guys are catching. And I imagine the hards, when you've only got 16, something less now, it's nearly 15 laps to go. You need to get those hards warmed up. So I would get them warmed up, and then try and jump these guys when they pit for their hards. So again, DRS will open up the laser. All within 2 seconds, this P1 to P3. Was it me, or did Lost Soul's wing not open then? But it was within the 1 second. I thought it was. Mansell's pitting, he's pitting. The only problem is if these guys can make these last another 6 laps, will the damage be already done by Laser pitting and gaining on these guys? Is this going to force Lost Souls and Laser to do the same thing and pit for hards, or are they going to gamble and go longer? Personally, I think Mansell's done the right thing here and come in for those hards. So you've got to remember, Lost Souls won't have DRS now. That'll open up Laser on the next lap, or the end of this lap, to overtake him. So we've got a very long straight coming up now. He's going to get through this last... Oh, this reminds me of Silverstone, this corner. And here we go. Power down, battery deployment on full. DRS board coming up. I don't think it's going to be close enough. So here we go. Neither of them are staying out. 14 laps remaining. And Laser gets past Lost Souls, but are these guys now going to piggyback each other for the remaining part of this race and just swap DRS straights? It wouldn't be a bad idea. And Jensen's done 4 laps on his mediums. You know, they've done 19, is it, by the end? 17, sorry, maybe. Yeah, on lighter fuel, doable. So, did Jensen start on the softs? I think he did, didn't he? He started on the softs. So, yeah, soft to hard strategy, soft to medium strategy. That's impressive if you've made that work. Looking down the order now, we've not really got many fights apart from Laser and Lost Souls, and maybe watching what happens with Mansell coming through once those tyres warm up. He's 4.2 behind Nelly at the minute. Now Nelly is on semi-worn hards, you know, 14 lap old hards. Let's just have a quick ride on with Nelly, just see how he's getting on with these hards. I mean, 14 laps, you know, they're not done, but they're not new either. And I imagine he will be going to the end on these hards. No, did he? Let's go to stops. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so Nelly's not stopped yet, so Nelly's got to stop, so that'll push Mansell up. Laser, Timo and Lost Souls still got to stop. And if we go to the leader, Mansell's only 18 seconds behind the leader, so you could pretty much guarantee Mansell's in the P2 at the minute. So I think unless Lost Souls and Laser and Timo can get in for softs, probably around lap, I'd say lap 18, they may have a chance later on in the race to come back at Mansell. But I've got a sneaky feeling that that ship has sailed now. I don't think, unless they might have to go now, but then it's too early for the softs. This is a predicament they're in by choosing to go long. You know, they're losing too much time now to these fresh hards that Mansell's got on. So let's just dive on board with these. Yeah, so the first one of the Mercs coming in, Lost Souls, he's coming in. Laser's going to have to stay out. Laser will benefit from DRS on Timo. So just on board with Mansell. He's going to get him. Yep, flies past him. Lost Souls is on the softs. Nearly 5 seconds now that Mansell managed to stay in the lead. Now, the question is, can Lost Souls get past Mansell, but then will those softs hold out to the end? I think some clever battery deployments needed here from some of these drivers. This is going to be a battle of the wits. Jensen's being held up now behind Laser and Timo. So our provisional race leader getting held up by Laser and Timo. Obviously not on purpose, it's just on older tyres. Jensen makes a move to the right. Can he get two into one? I think he can. Easy double overtake for Jensen there. And then Laser's coming actually back at him. But Laser's going to have to come in now, I think. No, he's staying out. Fair play. So that gap now between Lost Souls and Mansell down to 2.9 seconds. I think Mansell needs to really push on these hard tyres, literally. Lean on them on every corner, keep them nice and warm, keep them nice and soft, keep them nice and grippy. The only saving grace, like I said, will those softs still be good enough after another 10 laps of racing? So I think we're going to see an inevitable overtake here from Lost Souls, probably the next lap and a half. But then Mansell just needs to hang on the back of his DRS and just stick with him. Lost Souls now within DRS detection, within that 1 second. DRS will open up. So Laser finally into the pit. Yeah, I think Laser's probably left it a little bit too late now. He'll probably drop a good 9 or 10 seconds back from Mansell. What's it settled out at? I think we're going to settle out at 9.6, yeah, 9.5 seconds, just a little bit shy of 10 seconds there. However, we did see Lost Souls take out a massive chunk on Mansell there. Getting boys on Martin. Will Game Boys be close up to Martin? I mean, Martin has got a penalty as well. Timo finally in the pits. As Game Boys gets down the inside of Martin into the hairpin and out in 8th place. Mansell in 4th place. Timo dropping out the back of Laser. So I think Mansell needs to get a move on and put some pressure on the back of Nelly, who still needs to pit. 8 laps remaining. So Mansell has got a really nice buffer at the minute, 6 seconds to Laser. .7 seconds lead for Jensen on Lost Souls. So yeah, the only person left to stop is Nelly, who I think, I'm not sure what strategy he's going for. Maybe he's waiting for a safety car or something, but hards to softs certainly wasn't the strategy here. I think it's going to drop him almost. Yeah, it's going to be where just in front of it's Mr. G when he pits. One lap down, 7 to go for Mansell, who was good, hanging on to P3 at the minute. So 10 lap old mediums up for Jensen. He's still making time on the guys behind. Just double check. I think it was a soft to medium for Jensen. Yeah, it was soft to medium. Absolutely superb there. I never thought a soft to medium would work. That's providing these mediums will last out to the end. Only another 7 laps to go, so I don't see why they won't. I think most guys did. I think it was 14 or 15 on the mediums, so they'll easily do that on light fuel. 3 seconds Laser now catching on Mansell. Mansell needs to hold on the back of Nelly and get DRS if he can. Don't think he was within that 1 second when he crossed the line. No, he wasn't. But he is in the slipstream. Just about see Laser's car in the background. So Nelly must be in now. No, he's staying out. Wow. DRS will open up. Yep, you got it that time. Laser setting the fastest lap. 1:32.992. Oh, just saw Mansell getting a little bit of that dirty air coming into the Chinese corkscrew. See, I think Mansell's going to be getting held up now in the dirty air with Nelly. I think Nelly just needs to cut ties and Get out the way and let these guys come through. The only saving grace really is Timo's now in the fight with Laser. So Lasers might have to defend to Timo. He's closing. This could be a three-way battle for P3 once Nelly gets out of the way. He doesn't have to, of course. He is racing for position, but he's not stopped yet. So there should be an easy overtake for Mansell. Battery deployment and then DRS in a few seconds time. So it looks like Mansell's doing the smart thing here and saving his battery for when he really needs it, and that's to defend against Laser. So if we don't see Nelly come in now, I have no idea what he's trying to achieve. Yep, he is in, he is in. That does, of course, open up the battle now for P3 between Mansell, Laser and Timo. So Timo is within DRS range of Laser, and Laser is within DRS range of Mansell, so it's kind of like he's kind of balanced it out now, but it is the hards versus the softs. I think Mansell will do really well if he can keep hold of this, but again, like I said earlier, will these softs still be racy at the end of these next 6 laps or 5 laps? So I think it's inevitable Mansell will get overtaken. If he saves his battery, I think he should be able to get it back at the end. Who knows what's will happen. Ever so closer now, chewing on the fumes coming out of the back of Mansell. Chewing on that gearbox. Will he be close enough to make a dive down into the right hand side in the hairpin? Covers him off for now. Survives another lap. And he goes down the inside, but Mansell will have the inside line. Oh, they make slight contact. And more contact again. Does Laser have damage on that front right nut? I think he's alright. Mansell making that car 4 cars wide there. Brilliant defending from Mansell. I can't like to believe he's kept him behind for so long on those fresh softs. That's amazing from Mansell. But Laser is still hungry for this P3. He wants that podium. Like we said at the start of the stream, we do have our champion for this season. Of course, that is IFR Jensen. But Lost Souls, Mansell and Laser are not holding anything back, and they're going for it. As we're just seeing now, Laser making a move on Mansell on the outside into the hairpin. They are side by side. Let's keep it clean, boys. But I think Mansell will get DRS now. He will. He'll get DRS. He goes to the inside line, approaching the Chinese corkscrew. As Mansell goes a little bit wide, he's going to get the outside line again. Inside line for this turn 3. Brilliant racing from these boys. And Mansell just goes a little bit wide and loses traction into turn 4. Inside line again for Mansell. Better traction for Laser. But then, oh, they're not holding anything back here. what a battle this is shaping up to be for P3. So again, Laser coming down the back straight. He'll have Mansell and Timo both with DRS. Will he defend off two of them? Will he only defend off one of them? Mansell goes to the inside line. Awfully close again between these two. DRS opens up for Laser. Wow. So I'm actually surprised that these hards on Mansell, well actually no, I'm not surprised that they're holding up, because the softs are going to start to overheat now with all this toing and throwing. So I actually think it's advantage for Mansell at the minute, as long as he can stay on the back of Laser for the next DRS straight. And of course keep Timo behind him. This could be anyone's P3 at the minute. Two and a half laps to go. We just heard then Laser have to lift off coming out of that corner. I've seen Mansell with DRS. When it opens up, there we go, inside line again. I'll tell you what, I am going to be slightly cheeky here. I'm not going to say what I'm seeing. There you go, let's turn that off, now you've seen it. As he Laser once again. Oh no! Mansell spun! Oh no! That was unfortunate there, Mansell spun. Looks like he's collected Timo. So I think Timo will have damage. Ah, oh, so unfortunate. Mansell's making that medium to hard strategy work. I think it's minimal damage for Timo. I can't really see any significant damage. So we've got Laser now on the back of his teammate, Lost Souls. Down the back straight. They've already crossed the DRS detection line, I believe. Yeah, I think they have, so he won't get DRS on this occasion, I don't think. No, he won't. Looks like Laser's stuck in 7th gear. And Mansell spins again nearly. Ah. Laser just got a penalty. That brings Timo and Mansell back into play for P3. So these two will have seen that and they'll be like, okay, let's go for it. They've got one lap to do it. I can't believe this. This is Mansell's chance to get P3 out of this race. Absolute stellar of a race. He's kept it clean. Laser is now in front of Lost Souls. So I think that's team orders. That must be team orders, because is it Laser that sat in P2 in the championship? Let's just have a double quick check while we're watching this final lap. Yeah, Laser is P2 on 172. Not really. Yeah, that's pretty much guaranteed, I think. Yeah, 50. Yeah, so that's a guaranteed P2 for Laser. It's P3. So I think at the minute, where's Mike? Mike is in P6. Malema, who isn't racing today, so yeah, this would actually bring Mansell closer to that P3 spot. As obviously Jensen's crossed the line, and it was a good 16 seconds in front. You know, just a nice easy race for him. And I think Mansell was going to get P3 here. Laser P2 will drop down to P3, then Mansell will go to P3. He does, that's Mansell into P3. What a race from Mansell. Absolutely superb drive. Let's just do finishing positions for everyone while we're position change, there you go. So yeah, Jensen P1s, Lost Souls P2, Mansell P3, Laser P4. We've got Timo 5, we've got Mike in P6, we've got Nelly in P7, Game Boys in 8, Martin in 9th. I think eventually when we see Calvin come across the line, it'll be P10. Cheers for watching, Gareth. So yeah, Calvin in 10th, Nazareth 11th, it's Mr. G, he'll be coming across the line in 12th. Looks like Sonic will probably push up in the 12th when he crosses the line, maybe. Is he out of fuel? Maybe he is. Fantastic race there. And Mike R17 gets the driver of the day from the game, but I'm actually going to have to go with SFR Mansell. Yeah, for getting that P3, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, just a quick rundown of our finishing. It's Jensen in first place with a sizable lead, 17.9 seconds. Souls in P2, SFR Mansell in P3, VFR Laser in 4th, EVG Timo in 5th, Mike in 6th, we've got Nelly Shirai in 7th, we've got QVRF Game Boys in 8th, SFR Martin in 9th, SFR Calvin Racing in 10th, It's Nazareth in 11th, 12th is Mr. G, Sonic Hawk in 13th, and FL Charlie who DNF'd in 14th. So there you go, guys. Unfortunately I don't have time to do interviews this evening with our drivers. I do need to get off, but yeah, thanks for joining us on Speed Force Racing. This concludes our racing for the main timetable of SFR. We'll be back on Monday for GP5 at 7:30 and GP4 at 8:30, where we tackle Japan, and of course Tuesday nights is GP3, Wednesday nights is GP2, and then back around to GP1 on the Thursday for their last race of the season. I've been SFR-energydan. Thanks for joining us, guys. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please just give us a subscribe. Always happy to have you guys watching us, and we really appreciate it. So, you guys, thanks very much. Take care and good night.